Azure Deployment Environments provide a robust platform for deploying applications and services in the cloud. They offer scalability, flexibility, and a range of tools to manage and monitor deployments. This presentation will delve into the design and implementation of Azure Deployment Environments, focusing on-demand self-deployment. We'll explore the key components, best practices, and real-world examples to help you understand how to leverage Azure for your deployment needs. Azure Deployment Environments are collections of resources that are provisioned and managed as a unit. These environments can include virtual machines, databases, networking components, and more. They are designed to support various stages of the application lifecycle, from development and testing to production. By using Azure Deployment Environments, organizations can ensure consistency, reduce deployment times, and improve overall efficiency. On-demand self-deployment allows teams to deploy applications and services without waiting for centralized IT approval. This approach accelerates the deployment process, reduces bottlenecks, and empowers developers to take ownership of their code. With Azure, on-demand self-deployment is facilitated through tools like Azure DevOps, ARM templates, and Azure Resource Manager, enabling seamless and automated deployments. Azure Deployment Environments consist of several key components: resource groups, which organize resources; ARM templates, which define the infrastructure as code; Azure DevOps, which provides CI/CD pipelines; and Azure Monitor, which offers monitoring and logging capabilities. Together, these components create a cohesive environment for deploying and managing applications in the cloud. Designing an Azure deployment environment involves several steps. First, identify the requirements and constraints of your application. Next, choose the appropriate Azure services and resources. Then, define the infrastructure using ARM templates. Finally, set up CI/CD pipelines in Azure DevOps to automate the deployment process. This design ensures that your environment is scalable, reliable, and easy to manage. ARM templates are JSON files that define the infrastructure and configuration of your Azure resources. They enable you to deploy, update, and delete resources in a consistent and repeatable manner. To implement ARM templates, start by defining the resources and their properties. Use parameters and variables to make the templates reusable and flexible. Finally, deploy the templates using Azure CLI or Azure PowerShell. Continuous integration and continuous deployment (CI/CD) pipelines automate the process of building, testing, and deploying applications. In Azure DevOps, you can create pipelines using YAML or the classic editor. Define the build pipeline to compile and test your code, and the release pipeline to deploy the application to various environments. Integrate with ARM templates to provision infrastructure as part of the deployment process. Azure Monitor provides comprehensive monitoring and logging capabilities for your deployment environments. It collects metrics, logs, and traces from your applications and infrastructure, allowing you to gain insights into performance and identify issues. Set up alerts to notify you of critical events, and use dashboards to visualize the health and status of your environment. This ensures that you can proactively manage and optimize your deployments. To ensure successful deployments, follow best practices, such as using infrastructure as code, implementing CI/CD pipelines, and monitoring your environments. Additionally, use resource tagging to organize and manage resources. Implement role-based access control (RBAC) to secure your environment, and regularly review and update your deployment processes. These practices help maintain a reliable and efficient deployment environment. Contoso Limited, a fictional company, successfully implemented Azure Deployment Environments for their e-commerce platform. By using ARM templates and Azure DevOps, they automated the deployment process, reducing deployment times from days to hours. Azure Monitor provided real-time insights into application performance, allowing them to quickly identify and resolve issues. This case study demonstrates the practical benefits of using Azure for on-demand self-deployment. Implementing Azure deployment environments can present challenges such as managing complex configurations, ensuring security, and maintaining consistency across environments. Solutions include using ARM templates for consistent infrastructure, implementing RBAC for security, and using Azure Policy to enforce compliance. Additionally, leveraging Azure Blueprints can help manage and deploy environments at scale, ensuring consistency and governance. The future of Azure deployment environments includes advancements in automation, AI driven insights, and enhanced security features. Tools like Azure DevTest Labs and Azure Arc are expanding the capabilities of deployment environments, enabling hybrid and multi cloud deployments. Staying updated with these trends will help organizations continue to optimize their deployment processes and leverage the full potential of Azure. Azure deployment environments offer a powerful solution for deploying applications and services in the cloud. By understanding the key components, best practices, and real world examples, you can design and implement effective deployment environments. The next steps involve hands on practice with ARM templates, setting up CI/CD pipelines, and leveraging Azure Monitor for monitoring and logging. Embrace the power of Azure to streamline your deployment processes and drive innovation.